So let me just start with we have Mike Wayne, co-executive producer.
Yeah!
Nathan Long, our head writer. And we have Kamen Rider Dragon Knight himself, Stephen Lunsford. You come in now, Stephen. Let's try this again. Kamen Rider Dragon Knight, Stephen Lunsford. Kamen Rider Wing Knight, Matt Mullins. The beautiful Maya, Yvonne Arias. Kamen Rider Strike, Scott Bailey. Kamen Rider Spear, Tony Sano. The lovely but very dangerous government agent, Michelle Walsh, Captain. And we have Jeff Davis as Frank Taylor, Hit's dad. Okay, so anyway, we're here for a Q&A. Anybody with any kind of questions, line up here to the side, and we'll be happy to answer any of your questions.
Maybe not in front, I'm going to ask something. Oh, you're keeping it there. Hey, what's up? I'm going to supplement.
This one for Stephen Lunsford. When you did Kamen Rider Dragon Knight, you did Dragon Knight and Honor. So which one you like to do doing best?
Well, thank you for the question. I would like to say I kind of enjoyed Onyx a little bit more. I thought he was a lot cooler. He was all black, you know. This was just awesome. At the very end, it's like I had the choice between the decks, and I kept on joking with Steve that I wanted to take the black one. Change it up a bit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All black everything.
So yes, but it was fun to play both characters for sure. So yeah.
Good answer, Steve. Thank you.
So guys, I'm sure you can tell that I'm a fan as well, mostly the Japanese series. In that vein, the show, we know that, of course, the Dragon Knight was based upon the Japanese series Ryugi. I was just wondering, I have to question for the entire panel actually, how much of the original series did you guys end up watching?
For us, me and my brother Mike, we watched all of it. Nathan,
I watched the whole thing, about 5-10 times.
it was a very hard puzzle for us to crack, so we had to watch all the stuff, break down the footage. Actually, Nathan did a lot of that himself, and then figure out what footage we can use in the context of our story, which was a pretty grand scale.
I got an 11-year-old that was going online and downloading them daily and kept up with it and kept me in it. I didn't see any, but he watched them all.
I grew up a little bit in Japan where, it originated, so when I was a kid I saw some episodes and I loved it as a kid. Power Rangers too. Oh yeah. And so I'd seen a good bit of it and it's fun.
I only watched a few of them because I wanted to know what I was getting myself into.
She didn't know after all these years of working. I was the leading guy for Dark Hero.
Yeah, I like Stevie watched it twice, right? And then Nathan had the privilege of watching it 5 to 10 times.
I never watched an episode. I'm kidding. God, you guys would eat me alive. Okay. No, I decided I would go to a Japanese website and order them. Unfortunately, it didn't arrive until like 2 months later, which was great, and shipping was like $1,000. But it was definitely worth it because it was an interesting show. So yes.
Steve told me this was all original footage. No, I watched the whole series after we finished shooting Kamen Rider. I watched it all on Crunchyroll.com. So yeah, it was cool.
Well, I watched it on YouTube and the quality was not that great, but I didn't realize there were so many different Kamen Rider characters, so that was really cool. And then once I got talking with Steve, he talked my ear off about it, so. But yeah.
I just didn't watch it.
To be honest, I only watched a few snippets because I didn't want to end up copying any of the other actors or performers. And I ended up copying them gravely.
Back down.
And one more thing, sir, you look just like Jack Black. Just saying.
Thank you all for coming. For Orion and Scott and for Matt, did they ever get to actually film you kissing your love interest, even though we never saw it? And for Steven, what was the hardest part about playing two different characters that needed to be on screen at the same time?
Well, she wanted to practice it a lot. And, I want to do a good job, so I went with her on that, and then we never actually shot it, so I don't understand what happened there. Steven?
Ran out of film.
Oh.
We didn't shoot film. That's why you ran out.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so to play two characters was actually really a lot of fun. There's one side effect though, in developing a backstory, you start to realize that, one character is a lot more angry than the other one and probably has a lot of childhood issues. But it was great. It was, I was very excited I get to play this angry character. Everyone on set kind of hated me because I'm kind of an ass. Wow, thank you. Now, I don't want to be here anymore. Okay.
Also, let me add too, there was a shot in episode 40 that was cut out because it was considered a little bit too much for a kid's show. And it was Yvonne and Scott in the elevator. At the end, you see them hold hands, and that was at the end of the scene. The shot that we cut out was the elevator door as it closes. Scott grabs Yvonne and pulls her close, and the door closed. We did shoot it, but we didn't get it past the S&P.
To the rising producers, seeing as how this was such a hit, you guys gonna produce any the other Kamen Rider series? Please.
Well, I hate to start the answer with the word unfortunately, but at this point we really don't know what's going to happen because the show is doing really well in Japan and in other countries, but here, for one reason or another, whether it's lack of promotion or just a bad time slot or whatever.
Start a letter campaign to Agnes.
Yeah, it did. It did okay, but it wasn't like the huge hit that we were hoping it would be. So, I don't know. I would never say never and say no, but we're hoping that we do get a chance to do the show. Kamen Rider for me was a dream come true. I loved the show since I was a kid. I was obsessed with it. So getting a chance to reimagine it and to make the show, to work with such a wonderful cast and crew, it was just an amazing experience overall. So I'm hoping we get to repeat that again.
Okay, so I'm just wondering, when you guys had to do a serious scene, like right before a battle or someplace where there's supposed to be a lot of tension, is there a specific memory from like life off the set or on the set in previous work that you tapped into in order to stay in character?
I guess go down the line of the cast. And please don't bring up Iraq, please. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, I didn't get to do any of the fun action stuff. I was basically comatose, so it wasn't very difficult. So I'll pass along. They kept promising to write me some motorcycle scenes, but they never came in. So.
I was not comatose, but so yeah, you build a backstory, and you just know who you are. You try to know who your character is, and when it comes to the scene, you just be in it, I think, and go with it.
Are you sure you want me to answer this question? Well, I always, no matter what I'm working on, do my little emotional childhood thing. However, there was one scene that right before we shot it, Steve got mad at me because I was laughing with Taylor before the take, and he took me in the other room and he reprimanded me, and I've known him for so long that he made me cry. And I was really upset. and I think it really shows, like when I see the scene, I'm like, my feelings are really hurt. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. You know what scene? No. What scene was it?
I don't know, but I learned that in directing school. Piss them off, get them really mad, knock them down.
It was the scene where I had to apologize to Maya and for being so horrible for the entire season. So it kind of worked. I think he might have done it on purpose.
I don't think he did it on purpose, but.
You're probably right.
Right. I would spend a lot of time watching Batman Begins. Yeah, I won't lie. I tried to do the growl a couple times. It didn't really work out, especially with my character. I did that in the ADR booth. I think we tried to do like an entire episode where I just was nothing but Batman. I don't think Agnes liked it. So yeah, just moody movies that helped me out a lot.
For me, I think the tone of the show was already serious enough, so like a lot of the stuff that I was doing between my scenes, I was able to just pick up from the writing, so good job on the writing. So yeah.
For me, what stood out was probably when Kit got vented. And that was a really cool scene. We were shooting in Griffith Park, and it was freezing. But I really wanted to I just had to muster up all my sadness from my entire life and save it all up. And then as soon as we started, because that was obviously really sad for Maya and all of us. So that was a really cool scene.
For me, I just remember all the time Steve made me cry. Actually Strike was really cocky about it, so he didn't really have to get himself ramped up. He just knew he was going to win. So I'd call up all my unemployed actor friends on the way to set. Then I'd feel really cocky. Hey, I got a job during Strike.
And also, I might add too that when we were shooting that scene with Yvonne crying for Kit after he was vented, this girl, she can turn it on. I mean, you say cry, and she just. And I knew that it was effective because as soon as we cut, I looked at the entire camera crew, the DP, and everybody was like. So that was a great scene. Mike directed that scene, and it was just an awesome scene, I thought.
Okay. This is not easy. I actually have two questions. One is, I come from France, and I've been definitely trying to see if there's going to be a French dub of Dragon Knight. Because I'm promoting the show to everybody I know, but it's very difficult when there is no French at all. Do you know if there's plans for a French dub?
This is Takeshi Okajima here. He is one of the Agnes.
For the French version, we working on it. We don't have any TV station to air the show in France at this point, but we working on it, and then hopefully in the future we're gonna have a broadcaster to air the show.
Also, with regards to Ryuki, Ryuga, the Black Dragon Knight, is evil. One of the sort of really dark characters. What made you decide to make him a good guy in Dragon Knight?